Hey everybody, Chris Bond21 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2. This is episode 3, and this is going to be a good episode because we are finishing off the Roxas tutorial episodes, which I think have gone on for now. Well, I think it's only going to be the 3 episodes, so that's actually pretty good, better than what I had planned. I had planned originally for a few more episodes involving this, but I just want to get through this as fast as humanly possible because this does drag on for a bit, and as we saw, those episodes are almost an hour long, so I wasn't lying when I said the tutorial stuff here is 3 hours. So on the last episode, we did days 3 and we did days 4, and on day 3 we ran into Naminé again, who seemed to want to tell us something about Roxas' true name, or whatever that meant. Roxas is still flashing back to the events of the first Kingdom Hearts for seemingly unknown reasons. On day 4, we took part in the struggle competition, and everything was going normal there until eventually, time stopped, and the Nobodies attacked Roxas again, and they took over Vivi's body, and then Axel showed up out of the blue, and he seemingly has a mission from the organization's higher-ups involving bringing Roxas back into the fold, and apparently he seems to know Roxas in some way. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video. It's been a couple days since I did the last video, but that scene we saw at the end of the last part where Axel was inside the white room with all the chairs, that's a new scene to Final Mix, but it's voiced because the cutscenes in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, actually they went back and they got the voices, I guess because they had the time to do that? Yeah, so that's basically where we're at right now. Axel's kind of in the background, and actually, but there's something else I forgot to talk about. Meanwhile, we see that Diz and the man in the black coat that we've seen for the first 2 episodes here, well, his true identity was revealed. It's Ansem. I could reveal more about that, but that would probably be spoilers. But anyway, we're here on day 5, and Pence and I are going to head off to the other section of Twilight Town, Sunset Hills, where we're going to try to find the 7 Wonders of Twilight Town. So the station's just up the slope. Let's get on a train and go to Central Station. I think the town's line's still free of charge, so it won't cost anything. Yeah, so apparently it costs money to go to the beach, which is in a different thing. But you can take the service train to the other part of Twilight Town for free, which is, I think, pretty nice, honestly. I mean, that is a pretty good system to have. So yeah, you can talk to Hainer and Olette. They're running around over here, but they're not really doing anything important. We have to go to the station and get on a train, although we might as well talk to Hainer since he is right in front here. I can't find any rumors about the 7 Wonders. You guys are getting on a train at the station, right? I don't know what I'll do. Yeah, so let's head inside, and this time we're actually going to be able to take a train.
The time has come. Our hunt for the 7 Wonders begins. Whoa! Find new rumors already?
Nothing on Market Street.
You twerps aren't gonna scoop us. We're going to the terrace with you.
Hainer, it's not a race.
Well, it is now.
Come on, we can all go.
Olette, hurry!
Huh. Aren't these the steps you talked about? The ones that count different going up and down?
Actually, it's the stupidest thing ever, but
What?
Rai's the one who counted. He's like, every time I count, it's different. You know?
So, he just counted wrong?
Hey, no worries.
So yeah, we can get started now. I'm still not getting used to the whole quick loading screen. So yeah, if the steps are one of the 7 wonders, but and the first time I actually played this, I counted myself. So I guess you can count the first step. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So even if you go back up the steps, it's still going to be 16 because it's not that kind of a cool little Easter egg. So yeah, all day 5 is running around this second area here. I'm trying to find the 7 wonders, and there's a map here basically showing you where they are. So we already found the spooky steps because that was so spooky. Then there's a friend from beyond the wall, the moans from the tunnel. God, that sounds suggestive. The doppelganger, and the animated bag. Okay, these are the weirdest names ever. I actually didn't know they were named. My first time really looking at the map because I usually just run and go do them. So yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6th one pops up on at the end. It's still in this area, but it's on Sunset Hill. It involves one of the trains, and then the 7th one is, well, I won't spoil it, but we'll find out by the end of episode's end. But yeah, this day kind of is boring because all you do is just run around and try to find these spots. But the one thing that's kind of cool about this area, actually no, I believe I tell a lie. Yeah, there are chests to find here on day 5. Anything you find here as Roxas, you'll get back as Sora. So I got an ability ring. Ooh, that's actually a pretty good find. That will raise up my AP. Also, I need to put on the belt I won from the struggle contest because that will help me quite a bit on day 6. There's not really, Roxas doesn't deal with a whole lot of like, oh my god, crazy things. There aren't a whole lot of chests here. We got a high potion. I believe there is another one over here. The funny thing is that when you come here as Sora, the chests are in like inverse locations for a very clever reason that I kind of like. I'm not gonna go down there right now. I think there's no way of checking how many chests there are right now in Roxas's campaign. When we play as Sora, there will be a section in Jiminy's journal that will label them all. So I'm just gonna open up some of these chests right now, grab some of the potions, so that for the next day we have some easier go with some of the boss fights. I just want to go into items. Let's equip some stuff. So I got the struggle belt. So I'm gonna put the belt on. So yeah, that gives you a lot of defenses against fire, blizzard, thunder, which is pretty good. And I'm going to put on the ability ring, which will raise up my AP. I'll probably take that off when I get to play as Sora, because I don't really need it. So yeah, all you do is you go around, and if you're having trouble finding one of the wonders, you just look at Pence's map. But here's the first one. This is the friend beyond the wall. And these are, I wouldn't call them mini games. They're just sort of things that happen. So we have to search the back wall. This one's really tough. Okay, so what you got to do is you gotta run to the wall. That's it. So yeah, I wouldn't really classify that as a mini game. I wouldn't even really classify that as a game. And they don't even waste cutscenes on this. They just do this little voice stuff after each one finishes. Oh, it's just you, Roxas. Were you throwing a ball? That ball flew out of nowhere and totally startled me. Hey, I know. That explains one of those 7 wonders. Yeah, sure. I mean, there was just tons of balls floating around. Yeah, so there's a reason why all this stuff's going on. I can't explain what it is, but if you've been paying attention to what's going on and what certain characters have said in previous episodes, you probably figured out what this is. Again, I won't say. It looks iffy in there. Yeah, so this is the inside of the cave. So yeah, this is actually an area we can explore later as Sora, but for right now, we are sort of stuck to just this little bit. Vivi? Two VVs. Oh, 3 VVs. Oh no, it's the ending of Final Fantasy IX where you split in 8. Can someone... I don't know, maybe someone can explain that to me. Can someone explain to me how... Because I love Final Fantasy IX. It is one of my favorite Final Fantasies ever. I think I've mentioned that when I did the revisit of Final Fantasy X. I might have mentioned that. I love 9, but the ending of 9 confuses me in regards to Vivi's character, and I don't want to go into too heavy spoilers, but suffice it to say, something happens to Vivi at the end of 9 that... I understand that part of it, but then there's a cutscene at the end that shows like 8 mini VVs, and I still am not 100% sure what happened there. It's kind of spoilerific, but I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't played. What is it, Roxas? Oh, did you need this, Roxas? planning on getting some practice, I bet. No, it's just that there were so many of you. Huh? So many of me? I don't get it. Anyway, I'm done with this, Roxas. You can take your time. Yeah, so Vivi actually has a voice actor. I believe it's someone called Melissa Disney. I don't know if she's done a whole lot of voice work, but it's like 4 lines, really, that he says. So the mystery voice was just Vivi practicing. Listen, there was a whole bunch of Vivi clones here just a minute ago. Yeah, every time you finish one, it basically shows you that, it's not fake, it's real. Again, there's a reason for why all this stuff is sort of bugging out, but again, spoilers, and we'll find out. We'll find out in this episode exactly what is causing it. So the next one is over here with this waterfall. This one, again, that one wasn't so bad. This one's kind of the same thing, really. Where Roxas bugs out and his reflection comes out to fight. So yeah, this is kind of reminiscent of the Shadow Sora fight that we did in Kingdom Hearts 1. So yeah, you gotta beat the Shadow Roxas. But again, this isn't really difficult. Also, I love how... I'll try to flip the camera around real fast. Olette was standing right there, and she's gone now. So, I guess that explains why no one believes what Roxas just did. But it's like, people are walking around. Don't they see him fighting this Shadow guy? Actually, I'm kind of glad I put the belt on now, because I don't think you can... I think you can lose these, actually. I never have, but... I mean, first time for everything. But, they're so painfully easy. So yeah, this is why I hate day 5, and like I said earlier, some of these days are kind of a waste in the long run of it. And as a tutorial, I don't really know what this is setting up. Roxas! You alright? Now that's spooky. I thought I saw someone, but it was just my reflection. I bet this is behind one of those 7 wonders. Sure, and as we turn away... Yeah, it was just my reflection. Another me? It was just our reflection. Or was it? Alright, so then once you do all that, the last one is up here. Into the other area. So yeah, like I said, day 2 is a waste because it's just the mini games. Day 5 is a waste because it's just this running around bit. So they could have easily narrowed Roxas' tutorial down to just like, I'd say you could probably have narrowed it down into 3 days. I think 3 days would have been fine. I don't know what the significance of 6 days is. It doesn't really relate to anything in particular. And this is the last one. This one's actually got a funny kind of ending. It's easy as hell like the other ones, but it's kind of got a very fun little ending. A little bit of a, I guess, dark humor ending. So yeah, what you got to do is you got to stop the bag from moving by jumping on it repeatedly. So you got to head over to it, press the triangle, and then all you got to do is just keep mashing the triangle button, because what's going to happen is he's going to start heading towards the garbage pails, and you're going to need to jump. And all you got to do is just make it run out of stamina. And thankfully, when it jumps over the garbage bags, it wastes a ton of stamina, mainly because I think it's, or I guess, using more energy to jump over them. Also, I probably should have done this one first because of something stupid that's going to happen here. So yeah, that's it. Those were all the little wonder mini games, if you want to even call them that. I would just call them the little wonder distractions. And so what was in the bag? Yikes! Ugh! Jesus, it was Lassie in a bag! Oh, it was just a dog. Little Timmy fell down a well? Is there trouble at the mill, girl? Did you let it out of the sack, Roxas? Okay, that sounds suggestive too. That's a cute dog, though. This explains one of those 7 wonder... God. But the dog was actually a nobody. So after you do all this, they're going to bring you back here.
That last wonder wasn't exactly wonderful.
I understand. Say no more. But this next one's gonna be really great. Wonder number 6.
We got another lead.
The ghost train mystery.
Everybody knows about wonder number 6.
Yeah, well, I didn't.
Did you find out where the train runs?
You can see it from Sunset Hill.
So yeah, I got the name wrong. This area here is Sunset Terrace, the place where we just were with the dog bag. That Sunset Hill. I always get confused on this, mainly because I never really go to this area too much, even when I play again. Because Twilight Town isn't really. You might think Twilight Town is the replacement for Traverse Town in this game, but that's not really true. Also, we're gonna get a great line from Cypher here in a minute. Spoilers that he's about to show up, but
Rumors are true. It'll be here any minute.
For they say the train is empty. No driver, no conductor, no passengers, no return.
We've got to make it to the beach next year.
Yeah, we better get jobs the second vacation starts.
Good afternoon, slackers. What are you doing out here?
What do you care?
I don't. Tell me anyway.
We're waiting for the ghost train.
Waiting for the ghost train. Why does looking at you always tick me off?
I don't know. Maybe it's destiny.
Destiny? In that case, let's be friends. Feel like cooperating with destiny.
When have you ever cooperated with anything?
Cypher!
I know. Tomorrow.
Look!
It's really true. And there's really no one aboard. What's the catch? There's gotta be a catch, right? Then it's real? Let's go to the station.
so yeah, between the line that Cypher just said, I know the cutscene's here, but Riff has that line where he's like, "I don't, but tell me anyway." It's like the dumbest thing ever.
Let's go in. What?
You'll get hurt.
Huh?
The train will be arriving shortly.
Come on,
A train came from the beach. There was no driver, right?
let's...
Right?
Let's go home and work on the paper.
The rumors were bogus. The end.
We can still make it sound good if we write about all the work we did.
But what about the last one? The seventh year?
Who cares?
I do. Come on.
Whatever.
Roxas,
It's at that haunted mansion.
Yes, so the last wonder is the Haunted Mansion. No, not the Eddie Murphy movie, although that technically could be a world in Kingdom Hearts since it is a Disney property, but that's not what they're talking about. Anyway, I want to talk about something really fun here. They keep talking about this independent study thing for summer assignments. So I guess this is a thing in maybe Japanese culture. We don't really have that. Well, I guess well, it depends what schools you go to here in the States, I guess, because I didn't really have that growing up. They usually, 9 times out of 10, what my summer assignments usually were was teachers would just tell you, oh, read a book over the summer. You know, that's usually what they would tell you to do. It wasn't until I hit like high school where they started, actually, honestly, in high school, the only time they ever actually gave me an assignment was the year before I started, before I when I was a freshman. So like which felt like a jip, honestly. You hadn't even started the school yet, and they gave you an assignment. So yeah, there was like a reading assignment to do before my freshman year started, and then after that, there wasn't really any assignments to do after that. They kept just using the old, hey, just read a book thing. So, you know, I guess it's more of a Japanese cultural thing where I guess they have school summer assignments. But again, I guess it depends what school you go to.
Something.
Whoa.
We were gonna check the mansion out tomorrow. It is the most suspicious place.
Right.
Even Cypher's gang was gonna help.
Cypher?
Yeah, Hayner asked him to.
So, what are we looking for?
Well, they say there's a girl who appears at the second floor window, even though no one's lived here for years.
Roxas,
Namine? This is... me? And Axel's here too.
you are best friends.
Very funny.
Don't you want to know the truth? About who you really are?
No one knows me better than me.
Of course.
But I don't get what's been happening lately.
You know these three, don't you?
Yeah. Sora, Donald, and Goofy. They're from the dreams.
About a year ago, some things happened. And I had to take apart the memories chained together in Sora's heart. But now, I'm putting them all back exactly the way they were. It's taken me a long time, but pretty soon, Sora will be his old self again. The process has been affecting you too, Roxas.
You mean the dreams?
Yes. You and Sora are connected. And in order for Sora to become completely whole again, he needs you.
Me? What for?
You hold half of what he is. He needs you, Roxas.
Namine? Namine. Who are you?
I'm a witch, with power over Sora's memories and those around him.
A witch?
That's what Diz called me. But I don't know why I have this power. I just do. I'm not even sure there's a right way for me to use it.
I can't help you there. It's funny. Suddenly, I feel like I don't know myself at all. I guess I would like to know. What do you know about me that I don't?
You were never supposed to exist, Roxas.
What? How could you even say such a thing? Even if it were true.
I'm sorry. I guess some things really are better left unsaid.
Roxas! Roxas!
Huh?
Did you see her?
Yeah. Watch the window. Closely.
Ah, lame. That's just the curtains moving. There must be a draft somewhere. I'm surprised this old place even has curtains.
Yeah.
Well, let's head back to the usual spot. Hayner and Olette are waiting.
Hey guys, how'd it go?
The girl in the window turned out to be a curtain flapping in the wind.
I figured as much. The report's already done.
All right.
So, wanna go find Hayner? He's probably at the station. You know, we only have 2 more days together.
Huh?
Summer vacation, remember?
Oh. Right.
Tomorrow, we search the town.
Next day's the fair.
The last day of summer.
Don't say that. You'll give me an ulcer.
Not if you explode from all that ice cream first.
Why did you show him the train?
Because he missed the trip to the beach.
That's almost kind of you.
No. What about you? Are the holes in your memory starting to fill in?
Yes. The haze is clearing.
The same thing is happening to everyone who had ties to Sora. Very soon, to them, he'd be like a good friend who's gone away for a year.
I've waited, and now I want to know. What is it that you want?
Revenge.
Revenge?
Now for the finishing touches. First, we must dispose of Namine. She did a splendid job with Sora, but it's high time she disappeared. Roxas isn't the only one who was never meant to exist. Take care of it, Ansem.
Restoration at 97%.
Gorge, is that all that's left of the worlds taken by the Heartless?
Those worlds will be restored if we beat Ansem, right? But if we do beat him, and all these worlds become restored and disconnected, what's gonna happen to this place? And to us?
All worlds begin in darkness, and all so end. The heart is no different. You see, darkness is the heart's true essence.
That's not true! The heart may be weak, and sometimes it may even give in. But I've learned that deep down there's a light that never goes out.
Kingdom Hearts! Fill me with the power of darkness!
You're wrong. I know now, without a doubt. Kingdom Hearts is light!
Now, Sora, let's close this door for good!
Take care of her.
Kairi!
Sora!
Kairi! Remember what you said before? I'm always with you too. I'll come back to you. I promise!
I know you will!
Now what do we do?
We've got to find Riku and King Mickey.
But, where do we start looking for that there door to the light?
You know?
Gosh, that's the king's seal!
Hey, have you seen King Mickey? Let's go!
I've been to see him. He looks a lot like you.
Who are you?
Why? Why do you have the Keyblade?
Shut up! Man, I could not sleep last night. Guys? Huh?
So a lot of revelations on the last couple of cutscenes. So yes, it turns out that Roxas was in fact the mysterious kid in the cloak that we saw at the end of the Secret Ending movie from Kingdom Hearts 1. He also encountered a friend of ours, maybe you noticed that, who was in that scene as well. I won't go again into full details because they may explain it here in Final Mix, but I'm not entirely sure because I can't remember. But yeah, it looks like now where are we? Were we in the same Twilight Town? Because Roxas isn't in that picture and he seems to be a ghost now, so let's see what's going to happen when we go out to the back alley.
Look at what it's come to. I've been given these icky orders to destroy you if you refuse to come back with me.
We're best friends, right?
Sure, but I'm not getting turned into a dusk for... Wait a sec. You remember now?
Yeah.
Great! But, you know, gotta make sure and all, so, what's our boss's name? Oh, can't believe this.
Alright, so don't worry, all we gotta do is fight the Dusk. We don't actually have to fight the Nobodies. That would be a little awkward in this little space to actually have a fight with Axel. But yeah, so there's some things about Roxas that we're learning about in the last couple cutscenes. I could explain what it is, but it's pretty obvious what he is and to who he is too. But we'll get the full answer in just a little bit. So I think we'll just end up waiting if you don't mind just holding out for a few more seconds. But again, if you're paying attention, you know exactly what's going on. Also, I need to put scan on. I forgot to do that in the ability list. I always think that that's something it just gives me. 77 to level up to the next point. I don't think I'm gonna have too much of trouble with the next fight though.
Roxas, to the mansion. The time has come.
Hayner! Pence! Olette!
Alright, we got Axel frozen in time here. Time is completely halted. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I think we can we go this way? Yeah, if we can go to the Sandlot, and that triggers the next scene.
The Roxas that I know is long gone. Fine. I see how it is.
Alright, let's head to the Sandlot. So basically what you can do now is all of Twilight Town has the nobodies running around. So this is basically the spot where you could level up. This is sort of like, again, the Destiny Islands part in the first game where we were able to just sort of level up a bit. I'm not going to spend too much time here because there's only one boss fight I'm particularly interested in a little bit. And it's a pretty easy boss fight because they give us something very helpful in it. I won't spoil what that is right now, but so I'm not really too worried about my health. I have 2 potions, so I feel like I'll be safe even if things go south, and I don't think I'm going to nearly have enough points. Yeah, they give me 9 points of experience and it's 50 points to level up. So I'm not going to go too crazy. I know when I'm going to grind, I know when I'm going to leave you good people to go level grind, and it will not be now, but in good time. So I'll head this way. So yeah, you just got to head to the mansion. Trust me, it locks you out of the other areas. It's going to force you to go in here. These are new enemy types. These guys go into the ground, but if you hit them before they get a good hit on you, you can sort of put them in this stun position, and then you can wail on them outside the ground. They give you more points than the regular dusked enemies do. I forget what they're called, but yeah, they are a little bit stronger. So we're going to head to the woods. And there's a couple of fights here that are going to pop up. We got another one of those guys. Ah, man, I hate when he does that. Also, I think he has a reaction command as well. I think it's fail safe or fail something. And basically what that does is it allows you to like chuck them into the ground and it causes an explosion. So it's a pretty cool reaction command. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to just head this way. Ah, damn it! I really don't want to use that potion. I really don't want to use it right now. I feel like if I just wail on him enough, I should be able to do this. Yeah, nice. Get that HP orb. And, oh, dang it. Damn, Dusk. Hit me from the side. Why don't you? Actually, maybe I will. Maybe I will level up, actually, if I get to the end here. So yeah, this is the more important. Oh yeah, I'm gonna level up. Wow, one more hit, and I should level up. Yeah, so this is really the more important day out of the 2 that we just did, because this is all about like the plot. The plot's been moving. Honestly, it's obvious what they're trying to do with like days like day 5, like why they're trying to show all this weird stuff that's going on in the town. As we're gonna find out in just a little bit what's really going on here. So defense went up. That's actually very helpful. I'm going to take this guy out just to get a couple more points of experience. Again, I know I've already planned out the point where I'm going to go level grind before we hit some of the worlds with Sora, just to make it a little bit easier on myself. But again, before I do anything, I'm going to go to abilities, and I'm going to put on guard and scan. And so guard works. Roxas has a very weird looking guard. I think that's the stupidest thing ever. Sora's move is a lot cooler. Sora has a different animation for guard as well that we'll see in a little bit.
Don't call me and then lock me out.
Your mind's made up?
Why did the Keyblade choose me? I have to know.
You can't turn on the organization!
Organization 13. They're a bad group.
Bad or good? I don't know. They're a group of incomplete people who wish to be whole. To that end, they're desperately searching for something.
What?
Kingdom Hearts. Funny?
It's just... I think I've been running away from the question I really want to ask. What's gonna happen to me now? Just tell me that. Nothing else really matters anymore.
You are...
Nominate!
There's no knowledge that has the power to change your fate.
Even if it doesn't, I want to know. I have the right to know.
A nobody doesn't have a right to know. Nor does it even have the right to be.
But what is a nobody?
Diz, we're out of time. Too many nobodies.
Roxas, nobodies like us are only half a person. You won't disappear. You'll be whole.
I'll disappear?
No further outbursts.
No, you won't disappear. You'll...
Wait!
Roxas, we will meet again. And then we can talk about everything. I may not know it's you, and you may not know it's me. But we will meet again. Someday soon. I promise.
Let her go! Nominate!
Alright, sketches left by Nominate. They have a deeper meaning. Maybe, maybe not. And we got the map. Also, this is a cool little command thing. I forgot to mention this, mainly because we've only been in Twilight Town right now. But the command gauge changes here in Kingdom Hearts 2 to reflect the world you're in. So right now, we're still in Twilight Town, obviously, but we're in this room that clearly resembles rooms from Chain of Memories and Castle Oblivion. So if you notice, the command deck has changed to a cards on the side, which is, I think, kind of clever. So yeah, there's pictures all over the walls here. So yeah, that cutscene pretty much spoiled it. So yes, Roxas is a nobody, and he was part of Organization 13, and that's the official name of the group as of this game. They weren't numbered in Chain of Memories because I don't think they knew how many members they were going to go with. But yes, now it is 13, and if you remember, we pretty much saw about half of the group in Chain of Memories, and well, half of them didn't make it out of the castle except for Axel. So really, we've just met the same guy. Well, we've only met one of the same characters we met from the group in the prior game in this game, so we haven't seen the other members just yet. But yes, Roxas is a nobody, and it's a big surprise whose nobody he is. Yes, he is Sora's nobody, and the game hasn't made it, I think, abundantly clear yet as to how nobodies form, but we will learn that in the next episode. But suffice it to say, he is Sora's nobody, and there's a reason for how he was created. If you've been paying attention to the hints I've been dropping since the first playthrough, you might have already picked up on when that happened. You might also know a little bit more about Nominate than the game's letting on, because it's pretty obvious if you're paying close attention. But again, I won't spoil that until the game officially says something. I want to try to play this as coy as I can until... Oh boy, I probably should potion up. Potion up. Thank you. I just want to kill these guys off because I'd like to get as much experience points as I can. Not so much because the guy exploded and I guess I have nothing to do. Okay, so we'll just move into the next room. Yeah, so I want to try to level up as much as I can for Sora. So this is actually a fun little room in regards to some theorist things where people make theories. There's 3 symbols on this little table, and 2 of them are, well, one of them is one we've seen. There's a nobody emblem, a heartless emblem, and we don't really get to see the 3rd emblem, but I believe it's just the crown. It's not hinting at because there was rumors like, oh, the 3rd enemy. There was a line at the end of the Secret Ending movie that said, oh, the 3rd enemy. But yeah, it's not what you think. So yeah, it turns out under this floor is, in fact, a weird staircase that leads down into the depths. So let's take a look what's down here. I don't think there's any Heartless at this point, but we're about to get a little bit more information on Roxas' time in the organization. I don't know if we're going to get the alternate cutscene here that really ruins something that I don't know how I feel about this cutscene that may or may not show up, but let's take a look and see what happens here.
Why do you have the Keyblade?
Shut up!
Will it work?
If we can maintain the simulated town until Namine finishes chaining together Sora's memories.
What will happen to Roxas?
He holds half of Sora's power within him. In the end, he'll have to give it back. Until then, he'll need another personality to throw off his pursuers.
Poor thing.
It's the fate of a nobody.
So yes, if it wasn't made abundantly clear by that little scene, yes, the Twilight Town that we have been playing in this entire time is a simulated town that is not real, which is why all those weird things were happening, why the town's glitching out, why there's different steps, why there's weird things in Sunset Terrace, the weird wonders. It's glitches in Diz's design of this town. So yeah, we're not really in the real world. We're in this simulated thing, and this is where Kingdom Hearts started to deal with simulated data, and I really wish this is as far as they went with it. Unfortunately, there is a whole game in the series that delves more into data, and we'll talk about that later when we get there, but I actually hate that game a lot because it's needlessly complicated for, I think, no reason. But yes, I used to save the game right here back when I first played because there's an awesome fight coming up in this next room, and I love replaying this fight. It's really simple, and it's not really challenging, but trust me, you're gonna like when you see what happens. Actually, first I forgot we have to fight some Dusk. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, so we're getting some answers. We're getting some things finally answered after a long while here. So yeah, this is what, and so I'll explain it now because this is probably the best point to explain it. So if you remember in Chain of Memories, Vexen was trying to play around with Sora's, I guess, notions about what he felt was real, whether he thought the promises to Naminé were real or the feelings about the town, so about Twilight Town. And Sora kept feeling this weird notion that he'd been there and that he'd done things, and that's because they got the card from Roxas' memory. That's what he meant when he said the other side of Sora's heart, because Roxas is the other half of Sora. It's his nobody, so that's why the town was able to exist. Well, at least why Sora was able to remember, or at least internally, maybe not actually, but emotionally why Sora was able to remember the town to some degree, because he's connected to Roxas, and Roxas was in this town. So that's where... Okay, that was weird. Oh, I think he exploded.
Amazing, Roxas.
Axel.
You really do remember me this time. I'm so flattered! But you're too late!
So yes, this is why I replay this fight all the time, because we get to dual wield here. There is a reason for why Roxas can dual wield in this one moment. It's kind of confusing, but basically it has to do again with the fact that Sora can wield the Keyblade, and that's why Roxas can wield the Keyblade. So it's sort of one of those things, and that's why he gets the two. But I love this fight because you can press the square button to do some moves. You can really go crazy and mash on him. Also, it's really nice to just fight Axel without having to use stupid cards. So I'm very, very happy right now. Again, this fight is really easy. He doesn't have a whole lot of health, which sucks. So it's really over relatively fast. But I love this fight just because of the dual wielding Keyblades. Roxas has a sick ass move set. Look at this thing. He gets to do like flips and shit. And Axel's gonna start doing some heavier moves here. I need to move out of the way. Yep. I need to move. I see. If he does that flame move, he probably is a little bit harder to hit. But yeah, he's pretty easy. I hate to say it. Alright, so I gotta... Ah, damn it, I was supposed to move over. I think I went in line. Yeah, so you gotta, like, use blast thing. And then you do this overtake thing, and I think this will probably kill him with the reaction command, probably. If not, we'll do just one move. Yeah, you gotta hit him. Boom. Maximum HP increased. Yeah, that's something else they changed. You can't beat bosses anymore with a random hit. You have to do a finishing combo. You have to finish comboing them in order to win, so you can keep them at 1 inch of health. And there's a reason for that, but we'll explain that, God willingly, if I die at some point later in the...
You get on their bad side and they'll destroy you!
No one would miss me.
That's not true. I would.
Axel.
Let's meet again in the next life.
Yeah, I'll be waiting.
Silly. Just because you have a next life.
So yeah, that's Axel hiding away right now. Will we see Axel again? Time will tell.
Donald. Goofy?
Alright, so real quick before we go into the next room, because once we go into the next room, we're going to basically end off Roxas' section here. And that's going to be the end of the episode, well, after we get to the cutscene. So yeah, Donald and Goofy are sleeping in these pods. In the beta footage from the first ever trailer for Kingdom Hearts 2, there's actually a cutscene that was supposed to happen here, where after they got out of their pods, Donald was going to try using magic, I think the Blizzard spell, and he inadvertently froze himself. Unfortunately, that didn't make the final cut. There is no cutscene with them when they get out of their pods. They're just automatically in the next room and when we wake up. So unfortunately, I kind of got the cut. But if you want to go back and look at old trailers from Kingdom Hearts 2, like the first trailer ever, that's kind of a cool little thing. So yeah, this is it. Once we go through this door, that will be the end of Roxas' time. So say goodbye to Roxas, everybody. We're not going to be seeing him for a long while. So let's end this.
At last, the Keyblade's chosen one.
Who are you talking to? Me? Or Sora?
To half of Sora, of course. You reside in darkness. What I need is someone who can move about the realm of light and destroy Organization 13.
Why? Who are you?
I am a servant of the world. And if I'm a servant, then you should consider yourself a tool at best.
Was that supposed to be a joke? 'Cause I'm not laughing!
My apologies. This is only a data-based projection. Come, over here.
I hate you so much.
You should share some of that hatred with Sora. He's far too nice for his own good.
No! My heart belongs to me! Sora. You're lucky. Looks like my summer vacation is over.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the title screen. And literally, it just clicked on to hour 3. Yes, it is a 3-hour opening to reach the title screen of Kingdom Hearts 2. Now, I don't know why a lot of people complain about that, because honestly, if you cut out all the cutscenes on a second playthrough, you can knock out this opening stuff in about an hour. So, it's only really bad the first time you play. And we have a surprise appearance from someone very early on. Look who it is. I'm not really going to beat around the bush. That's Mickey. It's Mickey. He's back, and he's already here. So yeah, we're going to call it quits in just a minute after this cutscene finishes up.
Sora! Who's there?
Sora, wake up!
Donald! Goofy!
That was some nap.
You mean we were asleep?
I guess we must have been, or I don't think we'd be so drowsy.
When do you think we went to sleep?
Let's see. We defeated Ansem,
Yep.
restored peace to the world, found Kyrie. Oh yeah, and then we went to look for Riku. I think that's right so far.
Then what?
What does your journal say, Jiminy?
Gee, there's only one sentence. Thank Nominee. I wonder who that is. Some trouble that is. Well, what do you say we find out where we are?
So yeah, here we go. All the party members have been switched. Boom, we got Donald and Goofy, we got abilities. I don't think we've got anything new. Yeah, everything's the same. So yeah, everything we did as Roxas stays. And I think Donald and Goofy will again do the same thing they did in the first game, where they'll level tier with you. The journal is now... This is now Jiminy's journal. It's kind of small right now. It's just sort of the collection and Twilight Town, but that will get a lot busier as we make it through the game. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed Jiminy's one line of voice acting, because unlike in Chain of Memories, Jiminy doesn't talk much in this game, so he got his start really in the last game, and he won't be talking so much here. So yeah, we're finally at Sora, Donald, and Goofy, and there was something I want to talk. So now you can view this party status members. All of Roxas' abilities and money have passed on to me. Jiminy's journal contains hints. So this is already one thing. We cannot go back into the mansion. And the reason why we can't go back into the mansion, and you'll see in just a quick second, because we are going to end the episode off over here. Yeah, I can't go back in because the recipe for the synthesization shop in regards to the ultimate weapon is in there. So you can't go back in there until literally, I think, the last half hour of the game. You can't go back to this mansion. And then you can get the ultimate weapon. Otherwise, that would kind of break the game immediately. So there are some chests. Don't worry too much about me getting all the chests. Really, that is a trophy to get. I think there's a chest. I think there is a trophy to get all the chests. But yeah, don't worry too much about that. If I find them, I find them. I'm not gonna go crazy out of my way to grab them all. I'll try my best. They're usually on the way. So yeah, this is the part where I want to talk about what happened if you didn't play Chain of Memories. So technically, if you remember at the beginning of the Chain of Memories playthrough, I mentioned something about how if you skipped over Chain of Memories and you went straight here into Kingdom Hearts 2, technically you'd be on the same level as a certain character. So theoretically, if you didn't play Chain of Memories, you are at the same level as Sora's knowledge right now, because Sora does not remember anything that happened inside that castle, which means that if you didn't play Chain of Memories, you're kind of just like Sora. You don't remember anything. Unfortunately, as you saw from that 3-hour intro, there was a lot of characters and a lot of references to things that occurred in Chain of Memories, and we're not done referencing things from that game just yet. There will be a couple more references here as we go on. So really, I don't understand why they felt this was like, you know, a thing to do. Because, I mean, yeah, I get it. You feel more like the protagonist. It's a nice link to the main character because you'll just be as confused as he is. But I feel like that's kind of cheap and kind of a waste. Also, fun fact here, and I've always thought this was a big plot hole. So they write in the journal, thank Nominee, so that they know to thank her when they wake up. Why didn't they just write what happened in Castle Oblivion? Like, why didn't they write a big thing and be like, okay, so here's what happened. We went and we found this weird, creepy castle. There's some guys in black coats that totally want to kill us, and they tried to make me their puppet, but I ended up killing them. We knocked off about 6 of their members. One of them escaped. And so that's where we're at right now. And then this girl Nominee is a girl who's manipulating my memories, and she's going to put them all back, and when I wake up, I should probably thank her. I don't understand why they just don't write it down. I mean, you could, and the funny thing is, like, the journal erased the events of the first game. So does it erase things or does it not? Like, I don't know. Does it just keep that one line because it was at the end? I feel like it's a bit of a plot hole. Also, we can now talk to Donald and Goofy, and this is something they changed. Also, you might notice, I don't think I did this in first-person view, but in the original Kingdom Hearts game, if Goofy stands still, which he probably won't, Sora is below Goofy's nose. Like, you can't see above him. So now he's taller because it's been a year, so Sora is actually taller than Goofy a little bit now. And you might notice that because his clothes look a tad, little short. He kind of outgrew everything. So, yeah. You can also now talk to Donald and Goofy, and this is something I don't like. I don't know if we'll see it here. You were asleep for so long, you still may be kind of dazed, Sora. Don't worry, if you got what to do, just check Jiminy's journal. So I don't think it's in this area, but later we'll see this. don't go back to the mansion. You may fall asleep again. Besides, we should check out this kind of place. I'm excited. So, yeah, it doesn't happen right now, but there are going to be sections later in the game where Donald and Goofy will walk around and you can talk to them, similar to what happened in Chain of Memories at the end of each floor, which is kind of cool. It's nice to talk to your party members, and, you know, that's something in a lot of role-playing games. Unfortunately, they changed it to the fact that now when you talk to Donald and Goofy in certain areas, they have blinking highlighted text on where to go next, and I feel like, once again, that's another thing they changed to make the game a little bit more streamlined. And trust me, at this point on, we're going to be talking a lot about the things they added that I'm not a big fan of, which I feel kind of hurt the game in terms of it being too, I don't want to say easy, but definitely they changed a lot of things to make the game a lot more simplistic, like a flow through. And I feel like some of it's good and some of it's bad. Some of it didn't follow into the sequels, thank God, but it's a lot here in Kingdom Hearts 2. So we'll be dealing about that as we go through. But I've talked you guys' ear off long enough. So we did an hour episode. The next episode we're going to do is we're just going to finish up here in Twilight Town with Sora's little reboot here as we get started on our quest, and we're going to end it off at a certain point on the next episode. However long that takes, we're going to do it. Hopefully it won't be too long. I don't think it will be, but it might be a little bit longer than like 40 minutes. After we do that, it will be the official start of, I think, no, I'll tell a lie. There's one more thing we got to do before we get started and hit the road, hitting the Disney Worlds. But once we get to the Disney Worlds, we'll be going back to two-part episodes like we did in the first playthrough, and I'm going to stop these hour-long episodes. I know that was a lot, but we had to get through Roxas' story. I didn't want to do 6 episodes where it's just me doing Roxas' stuff, because that's boring in a way, so I just really wanted to blow through that as fast as I can. So we're going to call it quits here. We're going to pick it up right outside the mansion when we pick it back up on the next episode, and we will see what's going to happen next on our journey, because we really don't know what's going to happen now. We have to find Riku, we have to find Mickey. Mickey is actually in this town, as we saw in the last cutscene, but maybe we'll run into him, maybe we won't. So we shall see on the next episode. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next episode.